So your company has decided to use Freightos to quote quicker and win more deals. And this video is a few-minute introduction to how you can use Freightos to quote quicker to your customers. We've discovered that a quick quote not only saves you time, but greatly increases your chance of winning the business. Many times, the company that quotes first is the company that wins. We'll also show you how Freightos keeps you in control of all the quotes that you have outstanding and helps to remind you when it's time to follow up on a quote and try and close the deal. First, let's look at sign up. Your company will have their own domain. Instead of demo.freightos.com, it will be something like your own company name, .freightos.com, and you can open that with any web browser. It's preferable to use an up-to-date browser like Chrome or Firefox, or an up-to-date version of Internet Explorer. You can also open Freightos on an iPad or other tablet. So the first thing you're going to do just once is to click the sign up link. By the way, you'll see a page which is very similar to this, but it will have your own logo at the top left. You're going to click the sign up and fill in your first and last name, the exact website of your company, the exact legal name of your company, and then your email, and choose a password, optionally your phone number, and you're going to type in this code and click here. You'll receive an email with a link. Once you've clicked on that link to verify yourself, you're going to sign in. So you're going to type here your own email address, your own business email address. And assuming it's your own computer or tablet, you can check this box to make sure that you stay signed in. First thing when you sign in, you're going to see a chart of your own activity. It will be 0 at first. If you've received quote requests from customers, then you'll see those here. But basically what we're going to do is go in and do your first quote. Make sure that you've selected your preferred currency here. So let's say it's US dollars. And make sure you've chosen your language here. We're going to demo in English, but we support other languages as well. And you can also choose some more options in your preferences and profile here. So keep your preferences and profile up to date. Now let's say you've got a customer on the phone, or a customer has emailed you, and they're looking for a spot quote. So the first thing we're going to do is do a spot quote. There are two ways to get to that. You can do new quote request for customer, or a shortcut is just to click on your logo. Both of those will take you to this, which is your main quote request page, where you type in the details of the quote request. So let's do a quote request. You'll type in first the origin of the shipment. Now, it's important to be accurate here. If it's airport to airport, you could type an airport code, or you can type an airport name. And make sure you click on the icon with the aeroplane. Same thing for seaports. So if I want to do a seaport, those will be recognized here. And then make sure there's a boat. If you want to do door-to-door, then, or in this case airport to door, make sure you actually put in a zip code, or a postal code, or a street address. And make sure you click on that little truck, and that you see the right location on the map. So be accurate if you want airport to airport, seaport to seaport, door to door. Now let's describe the load. So let's say it's 10 pallets. Each pallet is, let's say, 90 by 90 by 90 with a weight of 95. That's the weight per pallet. For the Americans, you can switch here to inches and to pounds. If you're doing full container load, you can switch here and say you've got a 40-foot container and various other equipment. Okay, in many cases that's all you need, and you can click Get Quotes. It is preferable to choose the specific customer that you're quoting for, and the specific name of the person in that customer. The first time you quote for a specific customer, you're going to click New Customer here. Put in first their website if you know it, and then the name of the customer, and then also you'll do that for the new contact. And once you've put them in, they'll appear in your drop-down list. Your company may or may not have set up price levels. Price levels means you may have quoting with a big customer rate, small customer rate, 10% markup. You may have different markup levels. Your company may or may not have set that up. There are also some further options here which are not always required. You can put in the specific commodities. That can be important sometimes in FCL. So let's say I've got timber or plastic, and I actually look for the 4-digit HS code. In most cases that's not required. You can select if it's hazardous or if it's personal effects. You can choose a specific mode, but if you don't, the system will look for all relevant modes. If the shipment is not for immediate, you can choose the future date. You can optionally add customs brokerage and insurance with a value. And you can insert the shipment value here. And in the US and the UK, there's a concept of a known shipper who's exempt from certain fees. So you can use that as well. Let's just switch this now to a door-to-door situation, actually. That will give us more options. So I'm going to show a different way, which is typing in a street address. And again, I look for the truck. So now we have our door-to-door. We've described the load. We've described the customer. And I can click Get Quotes. And the system, your company has already uploaded various tariffs, various contracts that you have with the airlines and ocean lines and trucking companies. The system is able to automatically look for all the routes between these two addresses via various airports and seaports, and to automatically generate door-to-door quotes for you. So here you are. There are some automatic quotes. A truck, plain truck, that means full door-to-door quote by air, $4,600, 5 days. Here's a cheaper, slower air option, again, door-to-door. Here's an LCL option, door-to-door. Here's an alternative LCL option. So various quotes have come up. In some cases, you will also see here template quotes. That means a quote which is not complete, where some of the fees were calculated automatically, but some other fees have to be put in manually. There is also always an option to do a manual quote and type in all the fees yourself. For each quote, there is a little orange box which will tell you which particular tariffs or carrier contracts it came off. And if your company have set up your sell rates based on a markup from the buy rates, you'll actually see here what is the buy rate in this orange box, and that will tell you exactly how much room you've got for negotiation. Now, if I look at this quote, I can check the schedule for the airline. So these are all the relevant flights in the next few days on that particular route. You can do the same for FCL and get all the sailing schedules. I can preview this quote, so if I just click on the tile, I'm going to see full details of the quote. As it's going to look to the customer, this will be your own company logo here. Here's the customer details. And the quote is divided into legs. So this is the fees to go from Hennessy Road to Hong Kong Airport. These are the fees to go from Hong Kong to JFK. And these are the fees to go from JFK to the door. So full detailed quote, all converted into US dollars at today's exchange rate. And once I've chosen the quote that is of interest to the customer, I can save it, or I can actually also save and edit. So save and edit means that this quote has now got a quotes number. So this quote has now got a quote number, and I'm opening it in edit mode. Okay, so here's the unique number for this quote. In edit mode, I can go and fix some, I can scroll down to the fees, and I can say, well, we're going to give them a discount here. Instead of $30 loading fee, we're going to give it to them for $20. And now I go down to the bottom of the page and click Save. And this quote has now been updated. All the totals will now update with the $10 discount. I can add a note, and this would be an internal note that no one else will see. So, discount approved by Fred. So the customer will not see this yellow sticky note. Okay, and now that my quote is calculated and edited, I can actually download it as a PDF, or better still, I can email it directly to the customer as a PDF. Okay, so I click that. This will finalize the quote. So once I've PDF'd it and sent it to the customer, I cannot edit this quote anymore. The quote's been sent to the customer. We can just wait for the confirmation. A copy of the quote will be emailed to me, so I know what I've sent out. Okay, so it's been emailed to the customer with CC to you. And now this quote is final. It cannot be edited anymore. And now it's pending the customer's response. And I can click here to confirm if it's been ordered, and click here to confirm if it's been lost. And I will also receive an email in a week to just remind me if I haven't confirmed lost or secured or lost. In a week I'll receive an email to remind me that it's time to check with the customer, confirm the quote, and hopefully it's been secured. Okay, so once you've sent a quote to the customer, before long you'll want to keep a record of all the quotes you've sent, and here on the quoting menu there is something called quotes, and that will show you a log of every quote that you've sent out. And you'll be able to filter the log by which customer you sent it to, which mode, and there's also a shortcut here to mark the quotes as either cancelled if they become irrelevant, secured, or lost. So this page is a shortcut page for keeping track of all the quotes you've got outstanding and managing your quotes. This keeps you in control. Also, it's got a link to a dashboard which can show you some nice charts to show how many quotes you're sending in a specific mode or a specific customer, week by week or month by month. Finally, let's look at the rate offer. So sometimes you're not going to quote for your customer for a specific shipment, but you're actually going to share some rates with the customer, especially with an agent. The way you do that is you go to the rate offer. So you say new rate offer. And you can choose one or more origins or destinations. So let's say we're going to say from JFK, or let's say from HKG. Normally you don't use this for door-to-door, but rather for sort of port-to-port. So also HKG and PVG going to JFK and Newark Airport. And let's say I don't remember the code for Newark, so I can just type Newark and again look for the aeroplane. So this is an air example. It works exactly the same for FCL and LCL. So here we are, air, as of date today. I can filter on a specific customer or a specific service code, which might be the carrier, but for now I'm just going to look for all of them. And this is going to give me a rate sheet with all the rates for that customer. You see different weight breaks, 500 kilo, 1000 kilo, and I can edit that and say, okay, I'm going to give them 5 cents off from this rate, and then click create. And a bit like the spot quote, I've actually got a rate here which is ready to go to the customer. I can edit it and put a specific customer name again. Okay. Add some comments. And this is another type of quote, which actually is a complete rate sheet, which showing all the different weight breaks for all the different routes. And I can again PDF it and send it to the customer. So you've got the spot quotes, which you'd get from here, new quote request for customer, and you've got the rate offer, which you get from here. And again, I can look at the history, just like I can look at the history of my quotes here. I can look at the history of my rate offers right here and see which rate offers went. There are also some interesting features to automatically send updates on the rate offer whenever the tariff changes. If you've got any questions, you can always chat with Freightos right here, or drop us an email. There's someone usually available to give you instant help. And we certainly hope that within a few hours you'll find the system is saving you time, getting you quotes quicker, and winning you a lot more business.